Hey, it's Kim. Thanks for clicking on today's video. Today I'm going to be walking you through my 2024 everyday carry. And this is pretty much the same as it was for 2023, at least in terms of the cover, some things on the inside, but we'll go through all of that. I will say, this video is going to be quick. I know I said and it doesn't actually happen, but I think today's video is actually going to be pretty quick because there's not a lot going on. I mean, it's tiny, right? And there's not a whole lot going on. But to start from the top, this is a Traveler's Company Passport TN or Passport Traveler's Notebook. Passport is the size, so it's the little mini one. And this is one that I had customized by Baum Kuhn through their Truly Yours customization program. It was fairly easy, straightforward. I do have a previous video all about this where I go into the details about how I did the customization. But you can see everything is pretty much the same from that video except this little teeny tiny passport charm that I put on here. I found this at Hobby Lobby and I think it's the cutest thing ever. It's like this little mini book thing and it does actually open. Like, how cute is that? But anyway, so that's what I have on here. And even the pen is the same. This is the Kaweco Sport, the AL Sport, so the aluminum one and the black color. And I have a fine nib, I believe, on this in the black color. I think the pen itself comes, not I think, I know. It comes with a silver nib and I just switched it out to the black nib because, you know, I'm extra. So that's the pen I use in my everyday carry. So opening up, oh, and the ink, if you're interested, Diatramentus document ink in black. Okay, so opening up, I don't have the pocket set up or pretty or anything. What I do plan to do though, so these two items were freebies in orders that I placed. So this one is one of those Travelers Company, not sure if you've seen it, little cards, have a good day, good music, good coffee, and a good notebook. So this one I just think is really cute. So I'm going to leave this in the pocket on top of this card. This also was a freebie in some order from some place, but my plan is to just write my information here, like you know, if lost, please contact type of thing. Leave my email address on there. Oh, and then I just have these photos that I stick everywhere. This is actually my two daughters and my mother-in-law and my youngest daughter. And this picture was like 1. She's now 16. So that was a really long time ago. But these are just some photo booth photos that I laminated. And I like to have those around. So that's what I intend to keep in this little slip pocket. Nothing much. I don't need to carry a lot. And I will say, so originally I customized this to possibly sub as a wallet in case I needed it. So behind here I can put in any kind of bills or cash or anything that I might need. Disclaimer, I don't carry a lot of cash, so that really is not typically a necessity. So before I show you all of what's in here, I will say that I did add a second string into this notebook. So the Travelers Company notebooks typically only come with one string. I added a string for myself. I do have a video showing how I do that, and it's the video where I customize my Olive Traveler's notebook, if you're interested in seeing that. So I have those two strings and yes. Okay, so now let's start from the beginning. You may have noticed that I don't actually have this in all the way because I kind of wanted to show you how I do this. So this is the Nolty 1180, Nolty, N-O-L-T-Y. It is a Japanese brand of planners. So that is the one that I have inside. I also did use this for 2023 and I loved it. The format is pretty much a vertical weekly, but it has like a little spot up at the top where I would normally write down, I guess, any like high level priorities for the day. And then down at the bottom is all grid. So I use that for notes. Now, originally when 2023 was winding down and I was planning out things for 2024, I thought that I would be using the Sterling ink common planner in the passport size, and I did order the vertical compact common planner for 2024, and I intended to use it this same exact way. So I was going to do it where I basically use the bottom section for notes and the top section, oh, that's not a good page, but the bottom section for notes and the top section for high level priorities for the day. That was my plan. And then I saw this Nolty 1180 pop up on Amazon, and for Prime it was like $9 and some change with delivery from Japan. I was like, how could I not? So I ended up ordering a 2024 as well. So I started the year with 2 options, both of which are in here. We'll get to this in a minute. So I was trying to figure out what to do with them. In the midst of all of that, my life kind of changed a little bit, and what I do for work has changed. I'm working now as a consultant, so I don't typically need a full work planner. That's what I used to have in the past. So I decided to make the Nolty 1180 my work planner. So I don't need to keep a lot of notes. I don't even need to track a whole lot of stuff. I do like to keep track of dates of things that are happening. Now, before we get into what's on the inside, I'm going to show you how I set this up on the outside. So the Nolty comes with this like vinyl cover, and it does have a cute pin loop. So it's really, you know, an all-in-one. You can use this just as you desire. And on the inside is just this plain white cardstock kind of cover. So I have this dashboard. This is a passport size dashboard, and this is from Chic Sparrow. So I decided to use this as a cover. I did this in 2023, and it was primarily because I wanted to make the outside pretty. I mean, why else do we, you know, change covers? So I'm going to do the same thing for 2024, and I've already cut out some cardstock that I have. This is like a book of scrapbooking paper that I got on clearance at Hobby Lobby or Michael's or one of those kinds of places. But I really like the bees. I like that it's dark. I also like that it's kind of like, you know, black and brown. But the bees are kind of cute as well. Maybe it's a nod to, you know, Beyonce's beehive. I don't know. But I still love it either way. But anyway, I'm going to put this inside of here. Now, the thing is, though, it doesn't really fit. So I'm going to need to cut the cover down. So as you can see, it's a little bit too long to fit. So I'm just going to do that right now. And I did the same thing last year. It worked just fine. So for these types of planners that I am not keeping for a long time, I don't need to archive for any particular reason at all, I don't mind cutting down the covers. So I'm going to take, I think, should I take a little from the top? Yeah, I'll take a little from the top and a little from the bottom. I'm not measuring anything, like it's not that serious. So just 2 little slits, and then I'm going to cut them off. So I'll do that for the front cover as well as the back cover. So because I'm not archiving this, I'm not keeping it for several years. This is one of those things that will get tossed when 2024 is over. I don't care about cutting the cover. I don't care about, you know, I don't know, maintaining the integrity of the original design. That doesn't matter to me. This is purely for aesthetics, purely so that I can put it inside of this cover and so that it can be cute. I can have the cute bees on the outside. Oh, before I do that, though, I do like to keep this one on the strings inside of the passport cover. So what I will do, I don't like to put strings inside of like a thick book. I'll do that for the thinner traveler's notebook type booklets, but I don't like to do it for a thicker book. So what I typically will do is put the string inside of the vinyl cover, inside of the clear cover. So this is exactly how. So so I didn't put the back cover in here yet. I'm gonna put the string on the vinyl cover first and position it towards the middle put the string right in the middle, and then I'll take the back cover of this one and put it into here. And oftentimes it takes a whole lot of finagling and things get bent up and all of that, and I don't really care. Also, it's much easier to do this if there's nothing else in the cover with it at this time. But this is going to be a slight struggle for me because I have that other book back there. Okay, so that's in there. I bent it all up. I don't care. But the most important part about this is that it fits. So I'm just trying to center the book inside of the vinyl cover and then close it like that. And that's what it looks like. Now, because I did cut off probably a bit too much of that front cover, you can see this part showing behind the vinyl cover. That doesn't bug me too much at all. And just attempting to center it a little bit better. It's on that first string. So this is the Nolty 1180. I'm using it for my consulting work. There's not a lot of information in here that I'm keeping. I do have I think a previous video that shows all about what's inside the Nolty 1180. It's really just monthly calendars, those weeklies that I showed you, and a very small amount of just blank grid notes pages. Maybe like 20 or so, not even a lot. So what I'm using this, or the way I'm using this for my consulting, I'm pretty much writing down the days that I'm invoicing, the days that I'm receiving payment. I'm writing down the days that the company that I'm consulting for, there's only one at the moment, what days that their office is closed, and that's pretty much it. And then on the weeklies, I don't work every single day, but on the days that I choose to work, I'm writing down what's getting done on those days. Also some tasks for the week for myself. Let's do this one. So there's no like real personal information in here, but some tasks I'll write down on the side, and then I have a rolling weekly type of situation set up, so Monday through Friday here, and down next to the actual task I will check off or make a dot on the days that I think I want to complete whatever that specific task is, and then when it's done I'll check it off over here and check it off over here, and if I need to migrate it I'll just put a little arrow and keep going. And then at the end of the week I do like to total up the things that I've done and how much I'm getting paid. So that's what this weekly layout is for. That's how it's going to be used. Pretty straightforward. Nothing pretty. It's going to be pen and marker for the entirety of the year. There's not going to be any stickers because it's not that serious. I do wish that the inside of this wasn't so stark or white. Maybe I'll stick something in here as well. But really, it's not that serious because, like I said, this insert, this Nolty insert, is going to get tossed at the end of the year anyway. And who knows, actually, this might evolve into something else as the year progresses. Consulting work changes, right? So maybe I won't be doing the exact same thing I'm doing now. Maybe it'll look a little different. So maybe my use of this planner will also look a little different as the year progresses. So moving on, the next thing that I have on the second string in here is a folder. So this is a leather folder by 1.61 Soft Goods, and it's in the olive color. I do really like it. I don't, however, like the olive color next to the forest color of the Sterling Ink Common Planner. I don't know why. I mean, they're both green, it's fine, but I probably wouldn't have picked it. But anyway, this is the folder that I have, as well as I do have one of those like craft looking folders from the Travelers Company. But the reason why I chose this leather one is because it's much more pliable. It's a lot more flexible. So if I have to have these two books in here, like this one shifts and moves and is not too stiff and it goes with the flow. So that's why I chose to put the leather one in here. And at the moment, I only have some dot stickers from Sweet Caress Designs. And these are really, really old. But these are the dot stickers that I'm using in the monthly of the Common Planner. So I did still decide to use the Sterling Ink Passport Size Common Planner. Even though I'm not using it for work, I figured I could use it for my personal stuff. So since this is my everyday carry, and I should note, if there are times where I'm out of the house and I'm not working per se, I would definitely take this out of here. Like, I don't need to carry this outside of the house. But if I'm working from like a coffee shop, library, and I'm actually doing some consulting work, I'll just keep it in here. But for my planning on the go type of purpose, I decided to use a Sterling Ink Common Planner. Originally, I thought I would use the Travelers Company inserts. I could have, but I didn't. I bought the weekly horizontal in the passport size. I did not buy the monthly calendar. And that is actually the one I probably needed the most. So, in an effort not to buy more stuff, I decided to just use what I have. And I'll show you. I haven't decorated the inside of this at all. I don't know if I will. This is strictly for me to use when I'm outside of the house. So when I am away from my main daily planner, I will use this, and this is primarily only housing those things that I'm doing outside of the house. So those appointments that I need to get to, or anything that I need to do, again, outside of the house. So there's not a lot of information that I need to keep inside of here. So the Common Planner layout is pretty much the same across all of the Sterling Ink Common Planners. The sizes are just a little bit different. So we do still have the goals page. We have like the year on one page, calendar, goals pages, and then the quarterly pages. So what I'm doing, I won't use the goals page unless I just need it like as an extra spread, and I'll ignore all the goals headings, maybe. But what I'm doing in here is, in the quarterly pages, I do have birthdays marked, and I don't even think I have all of the birthdays marked, just the ones I could think of off the top of my head without having to reference my actual calendar on my phone. So that's what I have over in the list view for the months. And then on the other side, where we have like the boxes for each month, I do have reminders for myself. So I've started writing in things that I want to remind myself to do, like I need to schedule another dentist appointment. I have this written in July and it has to be for August. So that's the type of thing. And like I said, these are reminders for things that happen outside of my house, typically. I do have, like in January, I got a trim for my hair. So I need to remind myself, to schedule an appointment for another trim down the line. So those kinds of things I intend to use on the quarterly spread. So those type of adulting things that I need to remind myself of, and just birthdays, just because, honestly, I don't need them here. But I wanted to fill in the spread. So that's how I imagine the quarterly pages will be used. Now, the most important part, I think, of this planner for me, in the sense of using it as an everyday carry, will be the monthlies. So like I said, I'm writing down things that require me to leave the house. So those are all of those appointments that are happening outside of the house. I do have like school closures written down in the monthlies. So it's really a high level view for errands and appointments and all of those types of things, meetings. So that's what the monthlies are for. And I did decorate them all. I know you've noticed that there's not a lot of deco going on in this entire setup, but I did decorate the monthlies because, I mean, why not? And I am using my stickers from the Sterling Ink sub kit that I get every month. So I have enough from the sub kit to use the overflow in here. So I did December already. We passed there. We are currently in January. And as the month progresses and as the month closes out, I will use additional stickers just to come in here and add a bit more, flair, I don't know, around the page like I did in December. I'm just waiting just to make sure I'm not using those stickers anyplace else. But anyway, so again, for January, I have it set up. For February, I have it set up. I don't have any other months yet. And I don't think I even went forward to put in additional appointments, but I will. So I'll write them in, which will be just fine, and then I'll decorate them as I receive those Sterling Ink subscription sticker kits. So this is really the most important part of this everyday carry for me as it relates to managing and juggling my own personal life. It's really the monthlies. So as you may know, this also comes with weeklies. It's a full year planner, and the version I got was the vertical weekly. Again, I'm using this Travelers Company, what do you call it? Writing board as just a page marker for the week that I'm on. I don't love it for that use, but that's what I'm using for now. And then the bookmark that comes in the passport, I just have it on the current month. So as you can see, this weekly is looking really sad. it's looking really bare. I'm not doing a lot out of the house in the month of January anyway, so that's why it's looking pretty bare. I haven't even bothered to decorate it because it's not important. So I didn't even know how much use these weeklies are gonna get from me. I think though, starting in February, I do have to be out of the house a little bit more. So I'm going to write those down, those days down, and those appointments and meetings. And I will also write down the days that I plan to work. So let me rephrase that. I'm going to write down which days I plan to work on which projects or which business type of stuff. For example, if it's like a Monday through, Sunday overview, I would write up at the top that maybe Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday of this week, I'm going to do some consulting stuff. Maybe on Monday, I'm going to film some YouTube videos. Maybe, and just have that listed here. Also, I'm going to write down which days I'm going to be working outside of the house. That's the stuff that's kind of most important to me. And this will be for the purposes of pre-planning. So the purposes of pre-planning, like on a Sunday before the week starts, I'm going to plan out which days I want to work outside of the house. Sometimes it may not work out that way. Like, plans change, things happen. So it's possible that if I decided that I'm going to work at a specific coffee shop on Thursday, that gets shifted and I decide to move that to Wednesday instead of Thursday. It could happen. But before the week gets here, I will plot out all of that stuff in these layouts. Again, strictly only for things that I'm doing outside of the house. So I say all that to say, I feel like this is a lot of space. I feel like I maybe won't need all of this, I'm sure, but I didn't want this to go to waste. It's a dated planner, so I'm going to use it. So that's the plan. Oh, so I mentioned that I added a second string. So this Nolty is on one string, this folder's on the second string, and this planner I actually shoved into the back pocket here. So this was another part of the customization. I have these, I have the bookmark. Okay, so I had these card pockets added, and I can put like an ID or credit card or whatever in that slot, and I cut down the back of the Sterling Ink Common Planner so that I could squeeze it in here. Again, this is one of those planners I am not intending to archive, so it doesn't matter if I cut it down. It doesn't matter if it looks ugly from the back. I'm not going to be keeping it. But I did slide it into there because I feel like it fits a lot better. These are two, well actually, this is a thick book to keep in conjunction with this thicker Nolty, and to have them all in here without too much overlap. I feel like putting it in that back slip pocket was the easiest decision. And the simplest choice. And I should note that the Nolty 1180, though it does fit in the Passport TN, is actually a little bit narrower than traditional Passport size, as you can see here. It's like maybe about a centimeter, slightly more narrower than typical Passport. So if this were a regular size, a regular width Passport, it would be like way too much overhang, and that would definitely annoy me. I don't mind some overhang, but like when it's way too much, that is when it gets bothersome. So I'm trying to get these seated back in the way that I had it. That's not quite it, but I'll figure it out off camera, I'm sure. And this pen clip or the pen holder is another customization that I had. And again, I keep that Kaweco Sport on there, and that is the pen that is always with me when I'm on the go. So that is the entire setup of my everyday carry for 2024. I feel like this is going to shift and this is going to change and this is going to evolve. I'm almost certain of it. We'll see how that happens. My last video I did all about the lessons I learned. This was one of those things that I've been trying to make happen in terms of the everyday carry prospect. I've been trying to make it happen because it works. It will work as long as I leave the house. You can watch that video for a few more details on what I'm even talking about. But this is my everyday carry for 2024 right now. I feel like life is going to change. Things are going to shift, especially as it relates to work and what I do for income. So I'm pretty sure this may change along with that. So even though I promised a really quick video, it probably was not really quick again. Anyway, I should just stop saying that. Either way, I truly do appreciate you following along in this video with me. Thank you so much for watching. And if you have any questions about anything I mentioned, I'll try to have it linked down below in the description box. But of course, if I forget, feel free to comment down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe as well if you're interested in this kind of content. Again, thank you so much for watching today's video, and I'll see you in the next one.